Yes, we're back, keeping the ball on the ground. Messers, Slane and Kyle. You ever heard people saying that, Messers?
Well, what is that?
I don't know, I've heard it before, but I quite like it.
What is it? Messi, is it like
So see, sometimes when they talk about Ronaldo and Messi, they say like Messers, Ronaldo and Messi.
Oh, is it like a bit of a boy? Yeah, tough boy, him?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a wee bit complicated for me.
Alright, big man.
Right, listen, where are we in this? It's absolutely tremendous.
The best pub in the West End, Si, the Dirty Duchess. It's certainly one of the best I've been in, certainly, Si, I love it a bit. So you love it an audience?
I've only ever been in here the once, that was the last time we did the podcast.
But the boobs there, you and Paul, Tim have rolling about there a couple of times.
Me and Paul Tim came in here at New Year.
He's done
You bring the bells in here now?
We brought the bells in again, me and Big Paul. And it was brilliant. Big Paul got carried away. He gets struggles when he's there, 12 o'clock, so he's just desperate to get to his bed again.
Right, we need to mention our sponsors. William Hill, tremendous. I think the offer's still going. You all know it. Black Rooster as well. Tremendous eatery.
Have you had it at Black Rooster?
Not been for a while. We need to go.
It's nice, eh? A lot of my mates go and they keep on. I don't know why when my mates eat for Black Rooster, they seem to mess me. It's brilliant. I don't care if it's brilliant or not.
I think you're connected. Like,
I feel I've got a connection. I've never ever been, but I would like to try it out. I'll maybe go this week and try a wee bit of chicken.
Talking of food, Kev, how's the weight? We're going to start weighing Kev every week now till the hydro.
Amazing, eh? We'll get a wee group of people in for Weight Watchers to cheer you on, and hopefully you get it. But we'll get that. We'll get that. Should we have done it today?
We're going to try and get you down to a whale for the hydro.
Do you know?
Like but you put weight back on it.
You like Free Willy?
Free Willy.
Big back to Free Willy.
It's been a bad week. Last Monday's weigh-in was a positive step in the right direction. This morning's weigh-in was a 1 step forward, 17 steps back. I obviously sampled a few.
See the Weight Watchers group. Obviously, you done well last week and they all cheered you. What happens when you don't do so well and the scale shows like that's the wrong number? What did they do?
Well, Jean, she just sits there, right, and she just looks at you and she shakes her head. And you're like, and I'm like, I only had 2 packets of biscuits, Jean, and she's just not happy.
She's sticking with you.
Is Jean massive?
Well, Jean comes in and she says things like, I've been really good this week, boys. Really, really good. So I'm like, oh, good for you, Jean. I just had the 2 takeaways this week. So, and then she goes onto the scales.
Is this true?
Aye, she goes onto the scales and it's like, oh, I'm doing great. Lost a pun.
I'll tell you what, Jean's are even worse once she's gone.
I'll tell you what else, that wee section will be certainly cut out because that won't be getting put in there.
Another big news, Paul Slane's on the spray tans.
I went for
sunbeds are gone now.
So my New Year's resolution, Si, I don't want to go for sunbeds anymore, dangerous. No, but I've got a belly size, so be careful with that. I'll show you as the camera watching, Si, look.
And who was it that sprayed you? Was it Paul Tim again?
Paul Tim, but no, but so Si, see the spray tans, I went for them twice. I went for gold and then I went for double gold. But 2 of them didn't work, so I thought to myself, I can't get back to sunbeds, it's not for me. So I've now went to the one you get to buy the bottle and you rub it on. So Paul had the gloves on last night, rubbing it all on me.
Whose gloves? Big Forsters?
No, Lynn's. So she was in it. She was just in another room waiting for us to come in, and so it was brilliant. But does it come? Can you see it?
You look a bit like a what's it? Big man, I'll be tight, yeah.
I thought he'd drunk about 6 or 7 litres of Sunny D.
You're looking good, mate.
I know. I think I don't like the.
You're glowing.
I know. I think it's for this country. It's always your lack of vitamin C in this countryside. Did
you put some of the sun, the sun shivering in your hair?
I thought you got to see your teeth. I thought you got to see your teeth.
No.
You're looking tremendous, though.
I feel. I think for a while, Si. When I first started the podcast, I was so confident, sexy. I always said that, and I felt sexy myself. Si, body was great. I felt the last few months before 2019 finished, I kept putting myself down. Have you noticed that?
I did notice that.
And when you put yourself down, you become, I believe, a failure, Si. So you'll see me rise again, start to talk myself up, but you can only do that if you believe in yourself. Do you know what I mean, Si? And I think that's why I must start to get to the level I was at, because it was such a special.
Why do you think you took that wee step back?
I think I struggled. So I watched that. I don't know if the cameraman meant it open goal, but they sent me, kept zooming in and showing my weak points in my face. So I don't know if they've got a problem, and that's why they knew it on the club.
At the club?
At the club. Brilliant. Can we, before we start with the football, can we please, in any our power or who we know or who we can we get Lorraine Kelly to the hydro side?
No.
Do you not like her?
No, do you?
I love Lorraine Kelly, eh? I love her.
I don't know if she's for me, eh?
No.
How come you like her?
Because I see I'm the fakest person ever, and I see myself in her side. That's not.
Right, we'll do it for you, mate. For you.
Let's get
try and get Lorraine Kelly.
Get Lorraine on like a Monday morning. We could do Lorraine on a Monday morning.
No, I would love to sing you.
What would you sing? Good girls.
I would write a song for her.
Would you?
Wow.
That'd be amazing. And then I was thinking the other day, I got a genuine and actual nice moment here. See if I get a standing ovation at the Hydro, I'll break down, in tears. See,
I want to see you emotional.
Aye. It's going to have this, see when it gets too much overwhelmed, That's what I want to feel at the Hydro. I want me to start greeting at the Hydro,
Right, that's where aim for the Hydro. Paul Slane in tears.
I think they get the tissues ready. Because that will happen.
That's for someone else, the old tissues for him.
Yes, please.
Right, Rangers. Had the Kevin Kyle derby on Friday night. Rangers v Stranraer. Stephen Gerrard gave the Fringe players a chance. Said he was bored. Tribute to Kev, the game was boring as fuck.
Aye, it was a boring game, to be fair. I'm going to actually give Stranraer a wee bit of praise because they actually played quite well in terms of a defensive unit.
Yep.
They made it very difficult for Rangers to break them down. I was pleased to see Ryan Stevenson back playing league football. I thought he played well. The ball came up to him and he held it up well, tried to bring others into play, but Stranraer were on the back foot from the word go, and when Stephen Gerrard's saying it was boring, I can understand why, because there just wasn't enough intensity to the match. They were too slow in their build-up. They were when you're playing against a team that's, you need to be passable, get the ball moving quicker. I think Rangers were quite slow.
A team that's 10th in League One.
Is that where they are, 10th?
10th,
Even I said to Lynn the other day, Lynn, does the word 10th, is that not a word? No, it's 10th, Kevin.
Lynn's a teacher as well, she should be sorting that out for you.
She sometimes corrects me, but...
I'm sick of hearing that.
But no, a team that's 10th in League One against a team that's second in the Premiership, 2-0. It's an alright score, but I think a lot of people are expecting more.
You liked Gerrard's interview after the game, didn't you?
Well, I remember last season, I was critical of Gerrard coming out and maybe slaughtering his players or whatever, but I thought this time it was absolutely bang on. I thought it was amazing, what he said was, the fans have left here bored. That's not what he said is, that isn't what Rangers are, and that's the difference in mentality, They've won, and a lot of managers could have come out and said excuses, we're just back, we've been away, we've got the win of the line or whatever. He came out and told the truth, and it was, I thought it was brilliant for him. But for the performance side, I struggle with Scottish Cup weekend. I hate when these smaller clubs go to big, they stink the joint out. They
bring them down to level,
they bring a bad smell with them, and I struggle to talk about.
What is that smell? It's usually like Lynx Java or something like that.
Something like that. Or the
Rangers boys have got the Christian Dior on.
Especially at this time of year, because all the boys facing around, all the other smaller clubs would have all got the Adidas or Slazenger sets for their Christmas, and they'd been using them in the
with the socks on as well.
Socks and all that, and all showing off with the DKNY boxer side.
Pierre Cardin.
All that crap side, and I struggle to talk about that. They bring that dirty smell with them. So, good to it. That's just what I mean.
I will say, we had the Kevin Kyle derby. In the next round of the cup, we've got the Paul Slane derby. Clyde versus Celtic. And in tribute to Paul Slane, we're expecting the horniest game of football of all time.
I didn't even think of that. Is Clyde playing Celtic?
In the next round.
Well, surely.
Surely you need to be...
Surely, I'm serious here.
Why don't you look at the camera and...
Whose stadium's it at?
Clyde's.
I was going to say I was going to go and all, but I haven't got to that shit.
The night before.
There you go, Kev's just up the road.
Well, listen, if the Clyde executives, for one time and one time only to make that round special, I'll come on before the game and do a speech for the Clyde fans to get them up for the game,
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I will do a speech on the stage just for that game because it is a Paul Slane derby. Am I embarrassed that people know I play with Clyde? Aye. Do I want that to... Would I rather say, if somebody said, if they looked at my Wikipedia, could they take the Amsterdam hang away or the Clyde hang away? I would rather keep the Amsterdam on. Aye. Yes, aye. And, but there's your... I'll come out, I will say... Well, Si, what did I say at the start of the show? You can feel the confidence coming back. The way I'm speaking today, I'm speaking with Chris. I was all over the place. I was mumbling, talking rubbish. Now I'm back to my very best. So I'm giving the opportunity to Clyde side. I'm putting it out there. I will come on and do a speech.
Down that monster, go. Down it. Let's see if you're back. Yes!
Oh, he is, definitely.
By the way, can I tell you something? I've seen Kev do that with a cup of beans.
You can ask. Did you get me to do that so you can say that joke? Now you're going to be sick.
Not like gullible saying it.
Kev, you proud of Stranraer though? I know you're fair there, but you must have been a bit proud of
you and Mr. Flower, we're going mental.
Pride of Stranraer.
They put up a good fight now.
They did. They put up they gave themselves people. They weren't embarrassed. 2-0 to Rangers. Goal from a corner that maybe wasn't a corner and a penalty. So no, for me, Stranraer weren't really fussed about what the score was going to be. They're just looking at the financial package that they were going to receive. And obviously, knowing being from Stranraer, I know that they're financially they're in a bit of a mess. So this money will obviously help the club going forward in the future.
See, on Rangers, Kev, you know, because you've been a Rangers fringe player, who should impress more? Jones, Halliday? Who for you never done enough?
I don't think Jordan Jones for me being more of a winger and a bit of trickery didn't really do much. He didn't do enough in the game.
I know another winger that doesn't do enough.
I know. Halliday, I think for me, he sticks out in bigger games when his energy levels are high and he's getting about the park. So in a game where Stranraer are only pressing you, they're only dominating you, Halliday's got time just to pick his passes and pass and move, and it's very difficult to stand out in a game of that magnitude.
What, you think it's hard to stand out in a game against Stranraer at home? Come on,
if you're Andy Halliday, it is, because I don't think Andy Halliday's got anything in his locker that's going to stick out.
Right. So you're saying he stood out more in a harder game?
Aye, if it was a game that, like, say it was one of those kind of slippery cup ties, where it's
slippery, I like that.
Like a slippery cup tie where there might be an upset. That's the kind of games that Andy Halliday might be able to galvanise his teammates around him. But when you're not being pressed with the ball and you've got time to make your passes and stuff, Andy Halliday's not going to.
Great point, Kevin.
I like that, mate.
I like where your head's at there.
But Jordan Jones, on the other hand, who has got trickery, who has got a wee bit of guile, didn't do enough in the game for Gerrard to think, all right, okay.
I think Gerrard's now got a group of 15 players say that throughout the season he'll use now, won't he?
Great point.
So guys like Halliday, Jones, is that the last we'll see them?
I don't think it would be. I think what we said last week was, I don't think Halliday, Gerrard knows exactly what.
It's probably good to hear around the place, Halliday.
And I think he's good, like, for cover, he can play a few positions. Halliday's not going to start for Rangers.
No.
But certainly for players like Jones, you know, I think, I said last week, Gerrard might need to get somebody else in. Because I know they've got Barker, Jones, Shrewsbury, Jones.
Stewart was not really a winger.
So I think the only thing about Jones, how long has he been back fit?
I'm just back. First game back.
Well,
it's tough, that, isn't it?
So I know you're looking at it as Stranraer, but sometimes when you've been out, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. It takes a few games to get back to the level. So I would maybe give him a chance. But I still think, if Keane comes out, they've not got somebody to replace him. And I think Jones is a good player, but I don't think they've got somebody good enough to replace him.
You've ever been like in the cold and you've had to come in and play? It's tough, mate. I hated it.
It's hard.
See, at Dundee, mate, I was so cold that you could hang 2 bags of cement off my nipples. And then, mate, I would never play right against any like the bottom 6 teams, and then I played for like 6 weeks, and then he'd be like starting against Celtic.
I think it's hard as well. I think when you've been out the team for a while and it feels maybe somebody gets an injury and you're brought in, and it's kind of like the manager's kind of showing that he doesn't even want you in.
And you can kind of feel like he's just playing me because
you can feel it, and kind of even you can see his facial expressions or the way he's talking is the worst, because you can't really do any right. So I see if you get your drawn or getting beat, you're the first sub to come out for. The team talks about, we missed
keeping
him.
It away for you.
Exactly, so it's certainly. It's not
I remember having played for weeks, right? And we played Dundee United, and he's like, "You're starting," and it was when Dundee United were flying, Mackay, Stevens, Shifty, Armstrong, all that lot, and he goes, "Just man mark the boy Armstrong." Hadn't played for 6 weeks. It was like marking a fucking racehorse, mate. Wow. I was like a slug on crutches with asthma. Every time he got the ball, and I'm like, I couldn't breathe, mate, after 5 minutes.
It's all right doing all the training when you're in the cold, but see when you get into a match scenario, it's completely different. The energy levels just evaporate, they disappear, and you want to do well, but you physically can't do well because your body's just not ready for it, and that's just matches week in, week out. When you're in Siberia, hanging your tits off, whatever it is, it's very, very difficult.
Armstrong was a joke, mate.
Aye.
He was so quick.
Aye.
Every time you got the ball, he would never just pass it. Like, see when you're marking somebody, right, open, please just pass it. He would just run it every time.
I don't think, I know this isn't the topic, but I don't think Celtic have ever replaced him.
That sort of player?
Yeah. I think it's a huge, I think most players have let go, I think he's one of the biggest.
Have you been bombed, Kevin?
I was bombed at Coventry, but you know how you're saying, like, you're saying there when you get bombed at least you get the odd cup game as the Joey. I was struggling night, we put the Joeys in. When I was at Coventry, I was that far bombed, I didn't even get in the cup games.
Did you know that?
No. We played the first league in the Championship. The first league's weekend gets off and running, and usually the first Tuesday after the first game of the season is League Cup duty. And I was thinking, right, I've not been picked for the weekend, so obviously the manager's not really keen on me, but I'll be in the bench, or I'll be playing on Tuesday night in the cup game. Not even in the 16-man squad.
But it's the worst feeling.
Oh,
so you get into training and all that, you're just desperate to get leave or move on.
And I'm chatting his door saying, why am I not playing? And he's like, you're just knowing my plans, I don't really fancy it. And I was like, that's fine, fair enough.
And did he say why he bombed you?
No, I think it was more down to my own fault, because when I left Coventry in the second year of my contract, I went to Wolves on loan, and I basically said that Coventry had the worst fans in the world. So that maybe had something to do with it.
By the way, the worst I've ever seen anybody get bombed for, right, was my mate at Swindon with the Canio. And it was like March time. And he loved his Celtic cal, like, he was a good looking guy. I think he's probably going to like Vegas or Marbella or something in the summer, so he started taking these protein shakes. And he went to the fitness coach and said, are these alright to take? Like with the drugs people and stuff like that, am I alright to take this? Mate, that was in the morning. In the afternoon, Canio had called a meeting, mate, and he was standing with the protein shakes. He's like, this guy, Callum Kennedy, he never played for me again. All he thinks about is Ibiza and Malta. And we're all sitting thinking, who the fuck goes to Malta? Mate, never played him again because he took protein shakes. Bombed.
Wow, man.
Imagine getting bombed for that.
Was he playing before that?
He was playing it, huh? He says his mind was in Ibiza and Malta. Never played him for the rest
You
of
must
the
have
season.
played with players, like obviously you're saying I played with players that bombed. When I was at Sunderland, I was only like a youth team getting reserves. Remember Alan Johnson, who's the manager of Queens, and Michael Bridges played with Sunderland. And
he was a good player, Michael Bridges, huh?
Well, they were on the verge of wanting to leave the club, and obviously Peter Reid, the monkey seed, took a right offence to them wanting to leave. So we played Aston Villa one night away, which is for us in the reserve league at that time was quite a journey. That's the longest we had to travel was Birmingham. So it's a 5-hour drive on the Tuesday morning, and he'd sent Sticky, Alan Johnson and Michael Bridges on the bus. Didn't play the reserves, didn't even get a game.
What, they never played?
Never even got a game, they just sat in the bus. Came down, sat in the bus.
That's horrendous, eh?
And that was just to show that they couldn't do what they were planning to do, because they were planning to leave.
How did they take that, Kev, alright?
Well, Sticky just accepted. Sticky was on the verge, I think, of moving to Rangers.
Right.
So for him, that was a big deal, and Bridgie was on the verge of moving to Leeds. So that was a big time, because Leeds were, that was the time when they were pushing for, like, to win leagues and stuff with Ferdinand and all them. So I think they just accepted the fact that, right, the bigger picture here is getting the move that we want, but oh man, Peter Reid used to tell them you're in at 9 o'clock tomorrow for training, they come in.
It's horrible
training,
seeing that happen,
and then
boys,
telling them they're coming in at 3 o'clock. These are like season pros, like fans' favourites, and they've just been bombed into Siberia, and you're like, oh my God, man, never thought to Peter Reid.
See, the Canio, when we played Boxing Day, so we had to travel Christmas Day, and he'd bombed like 6 boys at this time, right? And he made them come in at 3 o'clock on Christmas Day to do a run in the gym.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have done that.
There's cameras, mate. Put the cameras
I
up.
wouldn't have done it. I probably would have, but I wouldn't have wanted to do it.
That's
horrendous, eh?
terrible, mate.
Why do that?
3 o'clock, not even in the morning, so you can get him and
back.
bang on the time you're going to eat your dinner.
Did all the boys go to it?
All of them went to it. No, one never, and he was going to kill him.
Just
You ever
shows
been
how-
bombed? Sorry.
It just shows you how a manager, right, that you have respect for and you're scared of. When they say you have to do something, nobody ever says, fuck it, I'm not doing that.
But you say to your mate, oh fuck it, I'm not going when you're there.
You're the first in at 3 o'clock in the morning because you're shouting yourself.
What about you? You ever been bombed? 34
I
times?
think I was bombed my whole career. I just never seem to play.
45 games you played.
But I was strange, but you see at MK Dons, you'd probably put it as I was bombed, but it was the most strangest bombing of all time, side, because Carol Robinson used to walk about to his end with me every day, having a joke with me. So I always remember it with the boys would be training, and me and him would be standing at the side. He's there with me, I'm a player.
And you're not even training?
He's taunting me and him having a laugh top of the team. I'm fighting, am I a player here? And I was the famous one he said to me was, I said, I think I'm going to leave. Wanting me to say, no, don't. And I went, no, don't. So I think, brilliant, that's what I wanted. And then obviously he said, no, stay for your banter, no, like only your banter, you know what I mean? So I was bombed side, but treated as if he loved me. Obviously, just decided to laugh. But see where I wanted to ask you to, especially ask you to, see when you see players, or maybe you have done it, when you do get bombed and you see players just chuck it totally with their training and walking about, what do you think of the players when they do that?
I can understand,
I would do it. I think
you actually get to the stage you hate the manager, eh?
Aye, and then you actually, I remember it happened to me and I started hating boys who were having a laugh at the manager.
100%. Do you know what's the worst? See, when you've been bombed with somebody, right, and they're on the bench next to you, and you're slaughtering the gaffer, and he's slaughtering the gaffer. 2 weeks later, he's in the team and he's up the gaffer's arse. I hate that.
I know one person who's very like that.
I know you're going to say.
I'm not even going to say his name. He's listening to the show and you know your name. I think it's your birthday the day as well. He was a whisperer.
That's the worst.
I remember, see, I always had the music, right? Played the music in the changing room, and before one of the games, Ian McCall came in, I get totally bombed out, whatever. And I think it was Nicky came in and said, put your music on. I went, no. I was like, no chance, get to fuck, you're not using my music. And they took a half of me, but for me, Si, at that stage, the way I had been fought, the way I'd treated, I wasn't wanting to get into that team, but I seen boys, mate, I'm not happy with him, he's not spoke to me. He said he was going to have a meeting with me and he's not spoke to me. And then a minute later, they're out in the outside the changing room having a laugh with each other. Now, in that position, Si, I'm not saying big, people will go like, you're only annoyed because he's not speaking to you. There he's there.
There's a man
Ian
there.
McCall there. There's the main man there.
Get yourself on, young man. Michael Tidser.
Is that my guy? Is that my
Michael
guy?
Tidser.
What's happening, mate?
How you doing, Tids? Can I have a massage, my man? What was I saying there?
And they're laughing and joking.
I think they had an impression of he's only acting like this because he's not, the manager's not being decent with him or whatever, but it's no. I'm acting like that because you're like a suck up to the manager. Do you know what I mean? If I was in your position, I'd do the exact same. So
do you know what you always get when you're bombed to? You always get a madman, right? So we were at Dundee and it was a boy Phil Roberts. He was from London, right? So see, the whole time on the bench, me and him were on the bench. It was coming like 5 minutes before the game. I'd always go at him. I bet you do the runs after the game. And he'd be like, what? And I'm like, you'll shit it and do the runs. And mate, it worked every time, mate. As soon as the final whistle went, he'd be like to the fitness coach, fuck your runs, I'm not doing them, just walking, mate.
When I was at,
he was the guy that would crack every time, mate. You always get one, man.
Before you go, how bad is that when you're bombed, right? And the guy doesn't have a clue about football, the fitness coach, he doesn't have a clue, he's saying to you, you're doing that. Do you know what I mean? Pipe down a wee bit, do you know what I mean?
When I was at Ayr, I got bombed towards the end of the season, and I'd basically decided then I'm fucking done with football. I'd just given up. I'd like Mark Roberts was doing my tits in, couldn't be arsed with the guy. So we're playing a game, right, and we're sitting on the bench, and like Alan Kerr, the kit man, sitting there, and I used to just talk. I would be that guy slagging the bench and no giving one fuck. And Kerr's was like touching me and all that, and I'd be like, so he turned around and he says, "Hey big man, I mean, get yourself warmed up." I went, "Fuck you, gaffer. There's 3 minutes to go. There's not a chance at 32 years old, having played the games I played, and you're sending me on against Keane and Beefy 3 minutes
to go." What did he say?
I said, stick one of the young boys on and give him a run.
What did he say?
And he just turned around and went, okay, neighbour, shit yourself. And I was like, not a chance. And then I left up with Andy Millen. Andy was the assistant manager. We're driving up the road and Andy says, fucking good answer, big man. I'd have done the same. Because like, who the fuck's going on for 2 minutes against Keane Beef?
Do you think?
That's no disrespect to Keane Beef.
No, I know what you mean.
There's young kids there who are 17 and 18, haven't even made a debut. Give them a shot.
No, exactly. And do you think, what was the score when you
well, we're getting beat.
What was it, 1-0 or something?
Like 2-0, 3-0.
Oh, well, that's,
I think game's done. I think he's kind of trying to embarrass you.
I ended up embarrassing him, and I was like,
that's a big man back, innit?
So I just, but then we're talking about like being bombed. When I was at Coventry and being bombed under Chris Coleman, I still trained with the first team. So I had this mentality that I'm going to fucking train really well here and I'm going to make him pick me. And I used to put up against like Scott Dan and Big Elliot Wobble or something else, and I used to batter them and get right in about them and do well and train. I thought, fuck, I've done well now constantly, I must be due getting back into this team. But no matter what I did, I was just never getting back in because the chairman had basically made up his mind that he doesn't play for us again.
You're gonna
and that was it. And then
Canny on me as well first, I told you that. I refused to go on as well, 2 minutes to go on.
You said you didn't get that?
The next day in training he was like that. It will take a disaster for you to ever play for me again. A miracle for you to, your 5th choice centre midfield. Other 4 guys were pish, mate. So never played. He's like,
did you
mate,
train
for
with the first
5
team?
weeks? Trained with the first team, but wasn't even in the squads. But the next 5 weeks, mate, they lost every game. And we were playing Oxford the next day. He called me and he went, "We're in crisis, lads. We're in that much of a crisis. I need to play the fucking fat man." He played well and then played every minute. But he always says that he liked that I fucking.
No, that's good.
Told him to beat it.
But I think that, see, when you get bombed, I think the hardest thing is the managers that maybe speak to you and bullshit you.
Aye,
So, and then when you do brilliant in training or whatever, and you're still not even in the plans, it's like you're just bullshitting me the whole time. I think that's the problem. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what as well they do when you're not playing? They avoid you.
Aye.
Makes it even worse because they think that you might pull them up for no playing, so they just
Aye.
didn't speak to you at all.
Is this a lot about a fucking bag of diarrhea in your pocket? It's like...
Who talks about a pack of diarrhea?
My kids...
How are you getting the diarrhea in the bag?
I don't know. Shitey nappy.
Oh, tremendous. Right. Positives came for Rangers game was the performance of the 18-year-old. Was it Patterson at right back?
Aye.
Can he play instead of Tavernier while he's out?
If Tavernier's out, I think that what we didn't see from Patterson on Friday night, which we still yet to see, is the defending side of the game, because Stranois weren't attacking, so we don't know how he is defensively. But going forward, he put us in fabulous cross at the box. Jermaine Defoe would have been. He didn't quite get on the end of a couple. Maybe that's just a wee bit of sharpness missing from having a break, because you need to now get back up to match speed. But no, the young kids come on, and out of a game that was boring, he was probably one of the shining lights.
Hopefully he plays. It's going to be good to see.
It's great to see. Only negative for him is I would have tried to kid on I was injured, because I wouldn't want to look back at my Rangers career and I made my debut v Ra. Do you know what I mean? That's the only negative I would say to the boy. But I hope he does really well. And another big one about Cal Kennedy side.
Kai Kennedy, I know. I met his dad in the supermarket. Nice family.
I used to coach for Andy McLaren.
Right.
This is years ago, and Kai must have been about 12-year-old side, and he used to come up and play in the summer camps and Easter camps.
Brilliant.
Big sideys with all the boys. Not, it was just, you could tell then. I mean, he was exceptional then side, and a lovely boy then side. So seeing him coming on, I think the right back. I think maybe more chance of playing with the amount of midfielders Rangers got, but
we're not interested in right backs.
No, side, and I think he's an exceptional talent. Probably, as I say, we've noticed, he's not really like a Scottish player. He's very, very gifted side on the ball and whatever, so it's great. I hope they too. I would love to see. I hope Rangers don't go and sign another right back. So I'd love to see this.
What about this game against St Mirren in midweek? Do you think Flanagan will play, or will they stick with the boy Patterson?
I probably think they'll play Flanagan side.
I don't know. Tavernier's injured yet.
Is he a long term or a short term?
I think they're saying 4 weeks or so.
I would think on the basis of that game on Wednesday, I think he's got on Friday. I think he's got a shout. He's got a chance.
Did you hear it before about this boy? Did anybody ever hear about he was good in it?
No, never heard him. I'd heard about the boy Kennedy.
So I know.
I'd heard a lot.
Because he's been in the papers, Man United and Dortmund. I've been trying to sniffing about him.
No, but he did himself his chances no harm.
Play the young boy. Look at Frimpong. If you hadn't gave him a chance, and how would you know he was?
At some point, all these young kids with potential need an opportunity. He's got an opportunity, albeit against Sunar, but he's played well from an attacking sense.
Was he good? Well, that's the thing, Kev, for attacking, because Flanagan won't offer you much going forward.
But the thing is, if you're going to play St Mirren at home, you'll be attacking again, won't you?
Oh, aye. You'll not be on the back foot against St Mirren. So
they'll be sitting in.
Play him. Play him. Me as a striker, the deliveries that he was putting in weren't just like float. They were nice, whipped in balls that.
That's confidence.
I was the king of the floaty cross.
So was I.
Well, yeah, I like
floaty
the floaty
cross. Somebody used to call me. I just used to hang up and the keeper just went, geez that. And see when the keeper went, geez that, your ass just sank side, didn't it? You went, oh, no again.
Back in the position.
Oh my, he's running right back to the full back.
Perfect game for Rangers, isn't it? Because the last time they played Celtic at New Year, they got beat for Killie last. So a game against St Mirren, fancy it, man. Win easily.
It should be on paper the way that they have been playing, but I think the game against Sunar would have been a good indicator to how some of the players' mindsets are after a break. So Gerrard, I think from Friday night to this game Wednesday, there'll be a rocket shoved up a few people's arses, because he'll 100% need to make sure that Rangers are on it, to make sure that they get the 3 points and go top of the league, and then go from there. Because if they turn up with the kind of lacklustre performance they had on Friday night, St Mirren will give them a tough game. Yeah. St Mirren won't be easy. I've watched St Mirren twice this season. Sometimes when they sit in and they've got their 2 banks of 4, bank of 5, bank of 4.
Wow, that bird was unbelievable.
They can be.
Did you see that?
I could die. I was trying to know my missus watches this. But they can be very difficult to break down, and like Stranraer on Friday night, who were difficult to break down, you never know.
Yeah. Now, I know you're not an expert on the Scottish Cup, but what's that one that you told me you're an expert? Is it 2 girls, 1 cup?
Sorry, that's what I'm all about. I'm certainly all about that, the 2 guys in 1 cup.
Aye.
Or fart in a cup, what was that one again?
What about Youth Cup? Any good Youth Cup experiences?
Played 1 game side via Livingston. Andy Halliday was playing for Livingston. We scalped him at Celtic Park under the bright lights at Celtic
Under the
Park.
lights, right.
I was out on Saturday night.
What was the game on a Tuesday?
Aye, and I have a 3-day hangover side mentally. I feel really drained and done. And I was out in that pitch side, I was scared out in the pitch, didn't want to be there.
But how did you play?
Terrible. First half, but for somehow the second half I was absolutely excellent. Got the boys to the final. But I remember growing up, watching the Youth Cup final in Celtic v Rangers. Would you play in any at Celtic Park?
Yeah.
What was the team? Rangers won about 5-0, and I'm sure the whole team got let go.
That was the year under me, Paul Skinner, Mark Miller.
Aye.
Paul
Did
Cadbury.
you play in the cup final?
Of course
No,
not.
that team the next year.
No, before that I played in it.
Oh, did you?
William McStay used to hold these years like that in the 3rd round and say, keep playing the way you're playing, you could be lifting something.
And Si, did you? Did you play Rangers in the final?
We played Hearts and St Mirren.
At Hampden?
Hampden and Celtic Park,
Wow. The crowds were amazing, eh?
Brilliant, mate. I remember we played Rangers in a reserve game and there was 15,000 there.
Who did you play against? Did any players confirm?
Naismith, Fleck was middle of the pitch. Me and Paddy against Naismith and Fleck.
Do you remember Fleck's goals?
McGregor played in goal, sorry, mate, that day.
Did he?
Yeah. It was a proper lineup, mate. It was like nearly a first team year, Donati, Paddy. It was a good game, mate.
I remember
I scored a volley.
Did you?
Past McGregor.
Is it on video?
Get it somewhere.
I think I got the video with me standing
But the Youth Cup doing sounds massive as well, Kevin.
Aye, it's a big deal.
Do you ever get anywhere in that now?
Nah, we didn't get too far yet. We won like the Premier League Youth League. We were the champions. But when it came to the Cup, Coventry beat us 1 year, and then the first year that I ever played in it, we played Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, and I just remember going there thinking,
brilliant, that.
fucking Nottingham Forest, City Ground, European champions, this is a proper deal. And like the manager comes, it's no okay, so like people just they all come and watch because it's a big deal. And I remember Peter Reid coming in the dressing room before and that, saying this is a big thing, make sure you stick in and don't get there and don't leave any regrets and stuff. And I think we got fucking hammered that night. It was only 2 or 3-1, but we didn't play well at all. And the next day, man, we were cleaning stadiums, we were fucking wiping seats at Stadium Night, we were doing every single scumbag job in the world because of the performance the night before. But that was all part of the learning curve.
That was the same at Celtic. We won the Youth Cup and Martin O'Neill, John Robertson.
Did they come?
In the dressing room after it, mate, hugging you.
Oh,
mate, it was
what
tremendous. Who was your youth team manager when you beat Livy?
It was...
Forgot.
No.
Was it Feed the Frio?
The one and only. Feed the Friel. Friel was there, eating burgers after the game, stuffing his face, because Lenny wasn't there, so that's when he felt he could eat whatever he wanted.
Why did you miss the final?
It was when I done my ACL.
Oh, was it right?
And I was in a gym.
Did you go support the boys?
Absolutely not. I done my ACL. So that's when, and then so I missed that. But I remember the. That's Friel. That's Friel phoning.
Got his job back, innit?
Aye. Like your old job back, Stevie.
He's wondering when his takeaway order.
Oh, I know what that old job was, young man.
Correct, aye.
Right, we're going to move on to Celtic. Lee Griffiths back in the score sheet, starting lineup. Good man management for Lenny to play him during a tough time.
Aye, and I heard John Hartson saying that he's happy the strikers came in because people have looked at it as in Griffiths is out. Oh, push Griffiths on even more now to get back in the team. He looked sharp. He looked very sharp. So listen, I'm one of them. I thought his Celtic career was up, and I've said that, and I think that's when he's doing that celebration because everywhere in the media is probably saying his time's up. The reason that's been said is because he is a top player and he's not been playing, so you automatically think if he's not been playing, then he is going to go. But for some reason, I seen a clip, a training video with Celtic in Dubai, and I seen him finishing, and he looked so sharp, Si. And the other night, I thought he looked very sharp as well. Is this the return of Lee Griffiths, Si? And I think it might be, and I think it could be absolutely huge for Celtic. And I'm going to tell you another one, Big Sheila. If they can get Big Sheila, Tom Rogic fit, Shy, fuck me, and Big Tom Rogic, if they can get him fit, I think he's going to be, I think he could be the difference. I think he's Tom Rogic. People forgot how
good a player he is. He's just towing a caravan, so he's a big man.
Aye, he really is, isn't he?
I think he needs to be playing every week, Rogic.
He needs a run
to be
No, he needs to
be, certainly.
And Lee Griffiths is possibly the same.
Yeah.
He is a box striker who is sharp, but he'll become even sharper.
What's wrong with you? You got a bit of biscuit stuck in your throat?
It was.
Do a funny celebration for us. Like you've scored a goal. Do a celebration.
No.
The play tasty. It'll be funny. Do a celebration.
No,
like you've scored. That'll be funny. That'll be funny, man. Everybody will love it.
No.
Please do a celebration. Let's cross it. Go see that. Go do a celebration.
What was that? I was expecting something better there, to be honest. Right, so Lee Griffiths.
I just think that Slaney's nailed it in the head that everybody's written him off, and that's his time up at Celtic. But I think with the arrival of the new striker from Poland, Lee Griffiths thinking like that's it. Now it's time, and he's got an opportunity. So I'm like, what more can he do? He scored and he's played well, so he's just got to keep his head right, keep things going at training, and wait for that next opportunity. Because the next game, more than likely, he will probably sit on the bench and Edouard will come in. But he needs to make sure that he's the guy.
Or will he play two?
There you go. Jenk Lenny listened to the podcast.
Correct.
We said play
I
two
would
up.
love Celtic to play two up front.
Do you know why it's better? Because see Edouard's not centre forward now.
No.
Edouard drops into that 10. I think he can do it better when Griffiths is there. Yep. He's a midfielder for me. When Edouard drops in and he plays you, there's nothing. See when Griffiths is not playing, there's nobody to then hit.
Yep.
You want to be set back so you can play. See Thistle. Edouard deep set, and then when it goes wide, there's somebody in the box.
Yeah. That's why Lee Griffiths needs to make sure that if Lenny does decide to play two, that he's the one of the two strikers.
Because when it's Edouard and Christie, they end up playing like 2 yards away.
How would you say, if you were the manager, how would you fit that in?
I'd play Griffiths and Edouard.
And would you go 3 at the back or just 4-4-2?
4-4-2. One dropping in,
Would you go? See with the 4-4-2, would you go diamond or would you go wingers?
No. Wingers. We need to play wingers. If Griffiths is playing, mate, you need to get balls in the box there.
I just think if you played two
wingers,
if you played the two wingers and Edouard a wee bit off of Griffiths, at least he could be the link-up man that then allows that wee ball into Griffiths down the side. Whereas at this minute in time, Edouard's coming to show for the ball and he's laying it off. Then there's nobody behind Edouard.
You need someone in behind Kev, don't
you? Always need somebody in behind, especially because Christie. He floats about in all different areas, and when he floats about and Edouard comes short, sometimes the two of them on top of each other, and there's no space for them to orchestrate something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, would you play two up, or are you a different opinion?
No.
What top team plays with a number 10 now? You think of Liverpool, Man City, none of them play with a number 10?
See, I've always, for a while, I would love to see two up, but I just don't, as you say, you don't see it anymore, like you don't see two strikers anymore, didn't you know? That doesn't mean that you can't do it, but you just never seem to, it's totally went out of the game, and it has for a while. But all it takes is, it seems to move around like that. All it takes is like a Man City or a Liverpool to do it, and then it starts to go and then people start doing it again. But
it's like a train.
I think the Scottish League's different to the leagues. See, the leagues it's possession based. See here, it's 100 miles.
You probably see in Scotland, you've got all the boss. You don't need an extra midfielder for side. Maybe against your Rangers away.
See if you're an opposition team and you look at the team sheet and Edouard and Griffiths is playing for me, you shut yourself now.
Aye. It's just I would love to be able to get it. I just don't know how. If they'll do it, I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see Lennon doing two up.
Did you prefer to play in a two, Kev?
I always loved. I played with two most of my career, but went to Hearts. I was the one guy up front, and then I had Stephen Elliott behind me, and then Templeton on one wing and Rudy Scarts on the other wing. So when the ball came up, they came in, and it was as if I was playing with like 4 up front because I had loads of guys round about me to get the ball, and it worked. Whereas it's a formation that's for me. If I become a coach, it's 4-4-2 all the way every day. And I just think sometimes to be that one lone striker.
I mean, Barthez is a legend.
Me, Joe Pesci.
Do you regret Home Alone?
to be that one striker. It's a very, very difficult role. It's a difficult role.
You need to link it and you need to score goals.
You need to score. You need the guy running behind. You need the guy to link up the midfield. But no, it's
is somebody going to shut him up,
Kev, fling him about, man.
Enemy man, enemy Barthez.
What's happening?
He's up for a laugh. He's up for a laugh. Look at his jumper.
Well, actually, didn't he bang your head in the cat flap?
Right. Bang your head in the cat flap. You can't get terrorised for doing a shite.
He's trying to jump up to see us on the table.
Right, we're going to go back. Celtic obviously drew Clyde, as I've mentioned. Clyde beat them last time, do you remember it?
I know.
Were you there, Si?
I was the 6th.
Right.
I was the
Take it away.
17th man.
Going to tell us all about
So see,
before the game.
Tell me first and foremost about Craig Bryson's hair that day.
I can't remember. What was it, like a peacock?
Blonde, beach blonde,
Can you talk us
See, if it
about...
was 7 men on the bench, I'd have been on the bench, but it was only 5. So I was just the one that missed it.
But can you tell us about team talk during the game, what was being said? And
It's all about Roy Keane, mate. It's Keane's debut.
he started, didn't he?
I just stared at him the full time. But see,
Did he set him before the game to the players? And
never said a word, mate. I was staring at him, never said a word. I was expecting him to be pure, come on. Not a word, he just sat. Mate, he sat with a smile on his face for like... See, when we got into the warm-up, he was smiling to himself, and I was thinking, he must have been thought, what the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing?
Because there was only one stand, I think.
Aye.
The rest, it was like, you could see the car parking on it, and Paul Telfer forgot to put his shin guards on in the tunnel. And I remember Paul Telfer was like, oh no, I forgot my shin guards. And Keane, mate, gave him the absolute death stare, man. Paul Telfer was like, that shitting dog trying to put his shin guards
It's
back.
a worst game to forget your shin guards when Keane just arrived.
Mate, big Dewey, man. I couldn't believe he played Dewey in that game, because
Was he horrendous in training in that?
Nah, in fact, see, in training he could play, but see, defensively wise, like, boys getting up against him and that, and big, it was big, remember big Alec Williams?
So I see right after the
Flung
game,
him about, man.
when you were in the change room, what was said then?
Silence, mate.
Was it?
Silence.
Did Keane no set at all?
Nah. And then we got back to Celtic Park, Celtic fans were waiting at Celtic Park going mental.
Aye.
And then Strachan was like, there's a meeting, everyone get in the first team dressing room.
Is it set right after the game?
Right after the game.
Right Celtic Park?
So we were all sitting waiting, and Strachan was away for about an hour, and Keane went like, Lenny, go and see what's happening here.
Did he?
Lenny went through and got Strachan, and then they had a big free-for-all, man. Brilliant.
Keane had a free-for-all?
Keane never said a word, mate.
Never said a word. I suppose his first game.
Did he not?
in that,
No, I was just thinking I'm going to see Roy Keane crack here.
Was Keane poor in the game?
Just passed him by, mate. It was like 100. He must have thought,
I know.
like, seriously, what the fuck is this? It was 100. I remember thinking, what? Bryson was just bombing it, mate.
Bryson
Bombing
was
it,
good,
man. Clyde were good that day, though, eh? Clyde were really good.
I remember that day.
I remember watching it on the telly.
Big
Clyde in the white
Dewey
strips.
was never seen again, mate.
No wonder.
Never seen again. I don't know where they put him, mate, but we never seen him again after that game.
Do one.
I was trying to think of one phrase.
Oh, could Clyde cause an upset again?
No.
No.
Why not? So if they go and make it your wee mate Danny Lennon, he could.
Well, if I
He
go,
knows how to set up a team.
Danny, aye. What about Danny?
no, for me, after his rant about
The island.
taking people to an island for 5 years, him and only them, that wasn't weird. So I think it could be different if I go, because if I go, say, there's only one. If I go to
What
the
would
game,
you say to the boys to get them up for it?
I would go and try to speak to all the Celtic when you get in the changing room and all that side. So I'm going to use it to get in there. And if I can get in there into that changing room, maybe I get a job there. Who knows? Because I think they need it in the Celtic. Do you, Si?
Yeah, they need a sling.
So no, but imagine I went on. I don't know if this will happen, but if Clyde executives are listening, now do what you need to do and sort it out. But imagine me out in the middle of the pitch doing a speech for the fans.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That could be a sell it itself.
Definitely. Would you're 5 minutes, would you go on?
I'd be straight down with the kids to watch you.
You come and hold the mic for me while I'm talking. Yeah, then watch this one and you can wipe my ass after that. No.
Yeah, 5 minutes for you, Clyde. You must have a wee soft spot there.
No, absolutely not.
Have you ever been on the end of a cup upset?
Aye, I remember
playing
playing
joke, yeah.
for
No, I didn't.
Sunderland. We were playing Brentford in the cup, and it was the year.
Big Kyler!
DG Campbell.
Blackpool.
Aye, he started
he was
playing
good.
off at Brentford.
Right.
So we were playing. I would have been injured 18 months. And he kicked him off for 18 months. And
You must have been in some shape.
Big Mick pulled me into the office that day and just came, we're playing Brentford tomorrow. It's going to be a fucking tricky tie. And I'm reading fighters and all. I know that I'll get a fight at you. He says, right, you think you're ready for it? I was like, I've not kicked the ball for 18 months. I've only played 2 reserve games. He says, but you're up for it? I says, aye. He says, right, that's fine. You're playing tomorrow. Just get yourself ready. So I was like, I'll fucking get in 18 months. Brentford away in the FA Cup. Went down, got fucking hammered 3-0, played absolutely stinking.
Were you a fighter?
Absolutely stinking.
Was there any fight in you?
There was absolutely no fight whatsoever. I was hopeless. Came into the changing room and Mick's went, that's fucking shite. And see him, he's got an excuse. He's been injured for 18 months, but what the fuck's the rest of yours excuse? When that fucking bus got back up the road and it was like, it just shouldn't have happened.
But it does happen, mate. It's a horrible place to go. Talking to cup upset, she must have been upset when you cupped your Bristol Cities this morning there.
That's it.
How many jokes have we got about me today? I can't wait for Hydro, because I'm not gone.
By the way, is it true that you dressed Paul up as the wee South Korean dictator and you're calling him Paul the Kim?
That's gonna go global. Have you heard that?
He's now going to be on Twitter or Instagram tonight with a funny haircut.
He walked in my house this morning about 7 in the morning for a coffee and Paul Kim was walking about with a wee suit on with a coffee. That's how he said that.
How come you're standing there? You want to demonstrate something?
I can't get that joke. How do you think of the jokes with Paul Kim? I hate that. I'll be jealous all night if people do well with that.
Paul Kim's
Can you cut that out?
Right, we're going to move on to Highbees.
Oh, aye.
Tie the round for me. I watched it yesterday, great game. For me, Hibs were a better team. United got back 2-2, but I want to give a special mention Martin Boyle.
Brilliant.
The first gerbil to get a hair transplant.
Hey!
Did you see it?
No, I never
Is
seen
he a hair
it.
transplant?
Shocking, mate.
Is he?
Oh, shocking.
Oh my God.
Velcro, man.
What is wrong with
He's, for me, he was the best player on the pitch. And I've heard a rumour.
Oh no.
Celtic are in for him.
I tell you what, I'm going to say this, right? I think that would be a welcome addition to Celtic. A bit of pace on the wing, because at this minute in time, Celtic's wingers aren't playing to their maximum potential.
That's a dagger in his heart.
It is a dagger, but he knows that.
Deep down he knows it.
But I just think competition for places. Martin Boyle, what Martin Boyle brings is pace.
Quickest player I've ever played
He's
in
fast, he's direct.
Is he good?
Quickest player I've ever played in it.
Like the 2 goals, he set up one and he scored the other.
Yeah.
First one, getting the ball out wide, driving it. Don't get me wrong. I'm hoping you have the same opinion. Defensively, for all 4 goals, was poor.
Yeah.
I think the defenders on both sides could have defended the goals. I think they were too easy. Obviously, Boyle's come in from the outside, so that in itself, I know he's quick, but don't allow that wee pass in there. The defender's not tight enough to dodge, first and foremost, to allow him to turn and
You'd
shoot.
leave Dodge on it, wouldn't you?
Aye.
Aye.
We'd leave Doyle on it if he was a yard out.
And then obviously the boy, was it Pear, the Dundee United boy?
It came on, he changed the
Came
game.
on.
I don't know.
Like, you just saw he's did a turn, not really tight defending for the right back, cut inside and a great finish. But no, Boyle for me, it's just his directness, his pace, like that terrifies
Do you know what else he
anybody.
can do? Kick the ball ridiculously hard, man.
Can he,
His
aye?
finishing's very good, man. He was quick. Like you say, he's very effective.
Aye,
See,
no, I
with
think-
possessions and that, mate. Do not want him in your team.
Do you think he would be a good
11 v
addition
11,
to
mate.
Celtic? I don't think
I think he's got Lenny likes him, didn't he, for
Aye.
Hibs? He's effective, mate, honestly. Like, we used to play Celtic at Dundee and Boyle was the one that would stand out. We just get the ball and kick up.
We
the top,
did
even.
talk about Celtic and wingers in the last show, and I think that like Martin Boyle was somebody that it's Martin Boyle, isn't it?
Yes.
It's somebody that I didn't think, but see now after watching the game and obviously the couple of goals he scored against Hearts as well, like he is. It's pace terrifies
But
anybody.
I'm going for a wee coaching point out here, and I hope he does get his moves, Martin Boyle, because I think he's a fantastic man. But Celtic's going to have a lot of the ball, majority of the game, 75% of the ball when teams are sitting back. Doesn't suit him.
I think
No, I think you're
wrong.
All right, okay.
I think that when you're
Try to get out that
when there's a slow build up to things, right? Sometimes going a wee bit more direct, quicker, running at people brings others out. So if Martin Boyle is running at a left back and he is struggling, you might get another centre half or somebody
Coming
coming over to cover.
Good point.
Then that leaves space. So then he might come inside where it could be 1, 2, 3 passes banned.
I am so excited for Scottish football now. For next season, you've got Jack Ross, a young Scottish manager who plays handsome, plays attractive. I don't know about Jack Ross's hair, but do you?
Nah.
Creasy. Robbie Nielsen. I'm excited for Dundee United to come up. I'm excited for Hibs next year. We've been criticising Scottish teams, especially me saying that they don't do it. And I think they're going to be very, very exciting next year. And that was a wee taste into next season. I'm very excited for
You think
it.
United will hold their own in the Premier League? I think they'll lose Shankland to which is
massive. I think if they lose them, they'll go straight back down.
No, I think
And Big Lee McCulloch can get the job. No, I didn't mean to say that. He's in there already, isn't he?
He's learning off Robbie Nielsen.
He's learning off Robbie Nielsen. Big Jig's a great big man.
I think Dundee United, they've got a good financial background, they've got a lot of backing, so when they come up, they will spend money and try and secure being in the Premier League next year.
Yeah.
I think they will replace Lawrence Shankland, but then again, who's to say
How
they
do
might
you
not turn
replace
around
him,
and say, they might turn around and offer him a new deal that...
He'll be
Kev, I meant to ask
So
you.
where do you think he's going to go?
He'll either go down south or he'll go to
Think
Celtic.
so, I think
I
he
think
would-
so, mate.
aye.
He didn't score that amount of
I
goals.
wanted to ask you, we spoke about this in the Cooper show, and you've actually said, and Derek said about Rangers maybe adding another striker. If you're Lawrence Shankland and Rangers put a bid in, Dundee United accept, would you go knowing you're behind Morelos?
Wow, good question, Paul.
I wouldn't go.
But
What, if you're getting offered 3 times your money?
Yeah, if you get 3 times your money,
but
then
Kev
you're
as
saying
well,
that,
but Morelos, I
you're
can't
the
see
sign, but
Morelos won't. I'm not saying he's going to. Suppose he's going in the summer to Newcastle.
Of course you go.
Yeah.
You've got to go.
For your-
Could be your last chance.
Aye. But then
You could play the week after Brighton.
I don't even know why I said that. I'm going to say go because when the opportunity comes for the Old Firm, regardless of wherever your loyalties lie, it's an opportunity that you might never get in your life ever again. So you go and you try and
I think it would take a
grasp
big...
that opportunity. If Morelos leaves, you be that guy that replaces Morelos.
And as well,
If
you'd
you
be
sit and
learning-
bide your time, so be it. If you sit on the bench, you get 20 minutes. Come on and do what you can.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke to Big Jig, came down last night for the
lasagna.
the Sunday lasagna, and he came down last night and he says Shankland is Rangers class. He said, aye, so there you go, that's for a Rangers.
And if one man would know, it'd be him.
It would be him because he's a Rangers, he knows how it takes to play for Rangers, so, and for him to say that. Well, Shankland though, I think he should go because you're learning off Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah.
Which is massive for that young man's career. I mean, it
He's tremendous for a young man.
He was at Ayr, he was learning off Moffat. Dun United, who's he learning off?
Jig.
So
He's not learning anything.
No learning much for you too. So get yourself to Rangers, son.
Omiyonga returned to Hibs, good player. For me, that's what Hibs need. I seen Whittaker play in the middle of the pitch. Obviously, he's a full-back, so great signing for Hibs. I really like the boy Omiyonga.
Where did he go?
Actually, who is it?
He was on loan for an Italian side.
Oh, was he?
But he's back, he's a good player.
Is he?
Yeah. So I think your third place bet could be, I think Hibs look good.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's a good shout, innit? Very
I
good
don't know,
shout.
Hibs are...
Because Malin's injured, isn't he? So it's a good signing.
But what happens if Hibs lose Boyle?
I think that's big.
I think they're a different team with Boyle in it.
Right.
I think Jack Ross has had a big impact.
I'm
But I
actually
actually think
pleased-
him was a big impact coming back.
Pleased for Boyle because he's been through a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And now to get a run of games where he's playing well and he's shown his
Boyle
potential.
Australian?
No, he's from Aberdeen. He's a great wee guy, mate. Loves the drinking on it.
Oh,
You want a Jaeger?
Oh no.
That Aberdonian accent. No, but he's done really well. Right, we need to mention BSC Glasgow. Bees Kilbride. They go. Who did they get in the next round?
To D United or Hibs?
Dundee United or Hibs, who we're talking about.
Yep.
Could they do it?
No.
By the way, see BSC Glasgow, another couple of players, they're all personal trainers, fit as any. Still get beat.
Aye.
Still
No, it'll be tough by the way, I'm telling you. They're doing alright in the League BSC. I'm telling you, it'll be... Nah, don't get beat, won't you? They've done great though.
They've done well.
Let's
They've done
get into it.
amazing.
Stephen Swift.
They've done
Swifty,
amazing.
manager done really well.
So what we're
Swifty.
saying is, if you're a personal trainer,
Swift
get
bit
yourself
to
to BSC Glasgow.
Correct. Wee Swifty will be there to embarrass himself even more. Well done, BSC.
We're supporting, we want BSC to go
Aye,
far.
we want BSC.
They're our team for the Scottish Cup.
That's our team, aye. We're going to, big shout out for the BSC.
Come on the BSC boys.
Come on the
Frank didn't
BSC.
have a clue, but he thought it was an engineering company. Didn't he?
So he did.
Actually, mate, you see when the camera went off, he was like, I don't even know who they were.
Brilliant. Right, last wee bit lads. We're going to talk about Roy Keane and Carragher on Sunday.
Well, for the first time since Roy Keane's entered Sky, exactly what I was trying to say it. He's been put in his place. Carragher put him in his
Brilliant,
place.
Carragher, wasn't he?
Carragher sorted him out, and I think Roy Keane's been excellent this guy, and I really like him. I've got a lot of time for him. But he was 100% wrong what he was trying to say about Solskjaer, give Solskjaer any more time. It's not about giving somebody time. You can give somebody time if they're showing promise. I said about Klopp. Klopp lost in the Europa League final. V Sevilla, they had a crumble and they had a total collapse in the second half. They weren't getting close to the league, but there was signs there that were playing great football and they were going away from home with the big teams and win, and there was signs there. Solskjaer's shown no signs, so there's no, why are you going to give him time for? The guy's not got a clue. Lampard, they're struggling now, but again, I think there's signs there that Chelsea are playing the right football. Lampard's lost Chelsea's best ever player in Eden Hazard's side and didn't replace him because they've got the transfer ban. So you need to give Lampard time because they've not had a transfer window and they play attractive football. Solskjaer has not got a clue.
But for me, Chelsea have got a better squad than Man United.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chelsea's got...
So it's easier to play better football. I think it's tough to play good football with that Man United.
Man United's got a mix of youth and a mix of experience as well, but Man United's experience isn't great. No. Whereas with Chelsea's experience, you've got Willian. Like they've got good experience, and their young players will only learn. Whereas the likes of Rashford, Greenwood, James, have they got to learn anything that, Fred? Man United, they do need like 2 or 3 players, but it has to be like the perfect players to come in and galvanise a whole team. Whereas with Chelsea, I think they only need one or two that could make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
But like Chelsea should be doing better than Leicester.
They should. Well,
100%.
With the squads. So should Man United, I think.
Yeah, but see Man United for a start. They need to sign players, but get the waste of space Pogba out the door.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what Keane said,
He doesn't want to be there, does he? Doesn't want to be there. Get him out the door. And
but see, Solskjaer's also had to deal with that sort of stuff. Pogba don't want to be there. He's obviously a massive influence in the dressing room.
Apparently, he can't go because of a sponsorship with a brand. It's not that they can't get rid of him, it's because of this brand and the deal they're tied into, they can't.
Football's gone in it.
But it's like, I was going to ask you the question, see when you were injured, and you say a couple of weeks you're injured, you're in training every day of the week, you get pumped more being injured than you are actually playing. I can't understand how Pogba's in LA 1 minute, New York the next, Monaco the next. How does that happen?
That's what
crazy, isn't it?
And I just like that's wrong in every level of football.
Right, so who do you think was right, Carragher?
I think Carragher was
Carragher had Roy Keane doing the old stutter.
Do you think so? He was kind of struggling.
I think he was.
But then I thought his point with Lampard was spot on with Keane.
Well, Keane was actually right what he was saying, wasn't
he? Yes.
His point was, you need to ever see, like, they were saying that Lampard was brilliant with Derby, that's how he got his move to Chelsea, but he never got Derby up.
Promoted him.
And then Keane was saying, because he's a young English manager, they don't want to see it. And a wee bit like Eddie Howe now. He's never a disaster, but they never have a setting because he's a young English manager. So Keane was kind of right. I just think when Carragher fired back at him, Keane sort of maybe got a wee bit faint.
I don't think Roy Keane's totally against not having a proper debate.
Yeah.
I think he's well up for a debate, and I think he was probably grateful that somebody did actually speak back to him.
It's great to see, too.
It's good, because he's a right strong character, and he's very, very opinionated, but his opinions are good. I just think that the whole Ole Goaler Sunshine, whatever his name is, it's like the Holy Goalie, whatever his name is, Solskjaer. I just think that the fans aren't going to take him as the manager, so you may as well just get rid.
Would you get rid of him, Kevin?
I don't
Do you like him, Si?
I just think
he needs more time.
I think he needs a wee bit more time.
I think he needs a bit more time. It's a transfer window. Why are we now day 20 and nobody signed anybody? But yet, and at the 31st of January, we'll be like running about with Jim White for 2 hours thinking.
The hunt's even going to happen, yeah. If I could get Pochettino, I'd get Pochettino.
He's brilliant, isn't
he? We need to ask you about wee Evra. You having him?
What happened?
I think he hit a badging like you in the head tennis.
He took a
what
drink.
About his suit?
He took a drink at Graham Souness's water to see what he was drinking, because he thought Graham Souness was talking.
I didn't think that was a foul, did you?
Well,
you're a big set of foul, yeah? That's a foul.
No, I wouldn't have given it. I'd have been. I don't know. It's just. It's again, it's down to an opinion. And Evra's just a wee. What is it? He's like the wee.
To be fair, he said what he thought every minute. He never sat on the fence.
He's got an opinion. And I don't mind, guys. I mean, he's honest.
Right, very last bit. Ollie McBurney, man. He's a character,
I met him. I think he's a great guy.
It looks like he's up for a laugh, isn't he?
I think he's a good laugh. He seems a very, very nice guy. Very, very funny guy. He's doing very well, Si.
I was having his Stone Island jacket as well. I liked it.
I love when fans go in. Players go in and support their team. That's what it's all about. These people think get above themselves, Si, and think they can't sit with the fans. And I'll tell you the perfect example. Me, I don't want to sit with any fan now, Si. Do you know what I mean? I can't do it. I feel horrible. So that's why it's great to see somebody actually doing it, because it blows my mind to think how they can actually do it.
See, just talking about McBurney, how's your wee problems? You get talents for it? Kev, did you ever go back and sit with Sunderland fans?
I did. When I was at Sunderland, we played Middlesbrough and Derby one day, and I went down to the Riverside Stadium, sat with the Sunderland fans, enjoyed it.
Were you singing and all that?
A few beers now?
Oh, aye, absolutely.
Any gestures to the away fans?
Aye. I'll not repeat them on here in case I get brought up with the FA for a warning. But no, Ollie McBurney is just a fan going back to support his team that he used to play for, the team that got him where he is now.
All for it, mate.
Absolutely all for it. It shows you that he's a normal human being who's got a bit of character. No mad dress sense. I think he's trying to be Liam Gallagher. With the bucket hat and all that. But what about his wee mate?
I've never seen him.
You don't see his wee mate? No, he's just as bad. But fair play to the two of them. You know what I mean? All they're doing is, I'm imagining that he didn't have a couple of pints before the game, but he's went there with that attitude of we're going to mix it up.
Did Fraser Aird know? Did he know?
Fraser Aird
got sacked before.
But like we said before, Fraser Aird deserved the sack.
Oh, no chance. That was
I did,
brilliant.
aye. Fraser Aird, aye. For being my Canadian accent, pretending to be Scottish, deserves to be
Do you know
sacked.
what, I love Chris Wilder, Sheffield United manager.
Oh, he's a
He
legend,
used to
isn't
play against these teams, he was always spot on, man.
But that's probably why
He took
Ollie
maybe Stanley
McBurney
Park.
felt that he could go and do what he did, because his manager would probably say to him, his manager's a realist.
He probably
He's
told
a
me
big
that.
Sheffield United fan.
Aye,
He
his
used to-
manager's a realist. Like his manager, like every time he comes out and says in an interview, he says what he feels, and it's honest, and people love that because you don't get these stupid, shitty cliches all the time.
Well said, Kevin.
Tremendous, what a way to end.
Oh, what?
You want to sing, you want to do...
You got a challenge?
Oh, is there a challenge?
Well, he's just forced one
Have
on
you
me,
got
so-
one?
Aye.
What is it?
Drop your twos and see who's the longest.
Ah, well done.
We better finish it.
Oh, yeah, I'm there.
Cheers, lads.